ladies and gentlemen. Wisdom is not just about what you know, it's about what you do with what you know. A wise person does not argue with fools, does not chase what is draining, and does not beg for what is toxic. Instead, they silently cut off certain people from their lives, not out of hate, but out of wisdom. You see, life is too short and your purpose is too great to allow the wrong people to pull you down. And so if you want to move forward, if you want to grow, you must have the courage to let go, silently and decisively. Today, I want to share with you 7 types of people a wise person silently cuts off. A wise person understands that the words we hear daily shape our mindset, our emotions, and ultimately our future. There are people who have conditioned themselves to see the world through the lens of negativity. No matter what happens, they will always find something to complain about. If the sun is shining, it's too hot. If it's raining, it's too wet. If they get a promotion, it's too much responsibility. If they don't get promoted, they are being mistreated. Nothing is ever enough. Nothing is ever right. And worst of all, they don't just keep their negativity to themselves. They spread it like a disease. Complaining is not just a bad habit, it is a mindset. And mindsets are contagious. If you stay too close to someone who always sees the worst in everything, sooner or later you will find yourself complaining about things that once made you happy. You will begin to focus on what is missing rather than what is present, on what is wrong rather than what is right. And when that happens, you will start losing your joy, your motivation, and even your faith. A wise person does not allow that to happen. There is a difference between a person who shares a concern and a person who has made complaining their identity. The former wants a solution, the latter just wants to talk. And if you are not careful, you will spend your precious time trying to solve problems for someone who has no interest in finding solutions. A wise person understands that some people don't want help, they want attention. They don't want to grow, they want sympathy. And no matter how much advice you give them, no matter how much encouragement you offer, they will always return to their cycle of complaints. And here's the real danger. The more you listen to complaining, the more you begin to normalize it. What used to sound negative now just sounds normal. What used to disturb your spirit now feels like casual conversation. And before you know it, you become a complainer yourself. You start to focus on what's wrong with life rather than what's right. You start to dwell on obstacles rather than opportunities. You start to magnify problems rather than solutions. And when you do that, you don't just lose your joy, you lose your power. Because complaining is the opposite of problem solving. Complaining is the language of defeat. Complaining magnifies the problem and shrinks your ability to fix it. That is why a wise person silently walks away from the constant complainer. Not out of pride, but out of wisdom. Not because they don't care, but because they understand that. They cannot afford to let negativity shape their thinking. They know that life is too short to be spent dwelling on problems that have no solution and conversations that have no value. They know that where there is constant complaining, there is no gratitude. And where there is no gratitude, there is no joy, no peace, and no progress. A wise person chooses their conversations wisely, they choose their atmosphere wisely, they choose their company wisely, because they understand that their mindset is too valuable to be corrupted by constant negativity. A wise person understands that dreams are fragile. They are like seeds, full of potential, but easily crushed if planted in the wrong environment. A dream can be the birth of something extraordinary, something that can change your life and the lives of others. But not everyone will see it, not everyone will believe in it, and not everyone will celebrate it. Some people will look at your dream and see nothing more than foolish ambition. They will question it, criticize it, and do everything they can to make you doubt yourself. These are the dream killers. Dream killers come in many forms. Some of them wear the mask of concern. They say things like, "I just don't want you to get your hopes up," or "I'm only telling you this because I care." But deep down, they are not trying to protect you. They are trying to limit you. They speak words of caution not because they see danger, but because they see possibilities they are too afraid to pursue themselves. They would rather keep you at their level than watch you rise. Then they're the ones who disguise themselves as realists. You have to be practical, they say. Not everyone can make it. Life doesn't work like that. But what they fail to understand is that every great achievement in history was once considered unrealistic. The airplane was unrealistic. The light bulb was unrealistic. The internet was unrealistic. But someone dared to dream. Someone refused to listen to the doubters, and because of that, the world changed. A wise person knows that realism in the mouth of a dream killer is just another word for fear. And then there are the envious dream killers. These are the most dangerous ones because they don't just doubt your dream, they resent it. They see your vision as a reminder of their own lack of purpose. They don't understand why you have the audacity to believe in something greater when they have accepted mediocrity. So, they attack, not because your dream is impossible, but because it is possible. Because deep down they know you might succeed, and if you do, they will have to face the reality that they settled for less. Dream killers can be friends. They can be family. They can even be people you once admired. That is why a wise person does not seek validation from everyone. They do not expect people to understand what was never given to them. They do not waste time arguing with those who have no vision for their own life. They recognize that some people will never see what they see because the dream was not given to them, it was given to you. A wise person protects their dream with silence. They do not reveal everything to everyone. They understand that announcing a vision too soon invites unnecessary opposition. They know that some battles can be avoided simply by keeping quiet and letting their results speak for them. Not everyone deserves access to your vision. Not everyone deserves to hear your plans. Some things must be nurtured in private before they are revealed in public. Dream killers do not always attack with words. Sometimes they kill dreams with doubt, with discouragement, with laughter, or even with silence. Have you ever shared something exciting with someone, only for them to respond with indifference? No excitement, no encouragement, just a cold response that makes you question whether your dream was ever worth pursuing? That is the subtle work of a dream killer. They won't always tell you to quit, but they will make you feel foolish for trying. That is why a wise person guards their vision. They are selective with their words and careful with their company. They know that a dream cannot survive in an atmosphere of doubt. It needs faith. It needs belief. It needs people who will fuel it, not fight it. A wise person understands that relationships are meant to be mutual, built on respect, trust, and genuine care. But not everyone who enters your life comes with pure intentions. Some people do not see relationships as a place of growth, love, or shared purpose. They see them as a transaction. They are not there to give, they are there to take. These are the users, the ones who only show up when they need something, the ones who see you as an opportunity rather than a person. A user is not always obvious at first. They often disguise themselves well. They may come with compliments, with charm, with kindness, until you recognize the pattern. They only call when they need a favor. They only check on you when they need help. They only make time for you when it benefits them. And the moment you have nothing to offer, they disappear. Their loyalty is not to you, but to their own interests. Units come in many forms. Some of them use you for your resources, your money, your time, your energy. They have no shame in taking from you, but they have no intention of ever giving back. They are the ones who always ask, always take, always expect, but never reciprocate. They assume your kindness is unlimited. They mistake your generosity for obligation. And as long as you keep giving, they will keep taking. Until you have nothing left, others use you emotionally. They come to you when they need encouragement, when they need support, when they need someone to listen. They pour out their problems, their frustrations, their struggles. But when you need a listening ear, they are nowhere to be found. They expect you to be their safe place, their emotional rock, but they are never willing to be that for you. They take your emotional strength but never replenish it. They attach themselves to you, not because they value you, but because they see you as a stepping stone. They want your connections, your platform, your credibility. They stay close because they know association with you opens doors for them. But once they have gotten what they need, they no longer see a reason to stay. The relationship was never about you, it was about access. Then there are those who use you for validation. They need your approval, your praise, your reassurance. They want you to build them up, to affirm them, to make them feel important. But they never do the same for you. They drain you with their insecurities, but they are never there to uplift you. The moment you stop feeding their need for attention, they begin to pull away. Suffering operate on entitlement. They believe they deserve what they take from you. They do not feel guilty about it because in their minds, you owe them. And the more you give, the more they expect. They do not respect boundaries. If you say no, they make you feel guilty. If you stop helping, they accuse you of changing. If you distance yourself, they play the victim. Users do not see the relationship as a partnership, they see it as a service. A wise person recognizes when a relationship is one-sided. They pay attention to patterns, not just words. They understand that love without respect is manipulation. Friendship without reciprocity is exploitation. They know that if someone only values them for what they can provide, then that person was never a friend to begin with. Users are never satisfied. No matter how much you give, it will never be enough. They will always find a reason to take more, to ask for more, to demand more. And the moment you stop meeting their expectations, they will move on to someone else who will. A wise person does not confuse manipulation with love. They're not responsible for their actions. They are supposed to do their job. You will not change their mind by being naive. They understand that real relationships are not built on dependency, but on mutual appreciation and respect. Ladies and gentlemen, a wise person does not announce their departure. They do not argue, explain, or justify. They simply move in silence, because their energy is too precious to waste on what does not serve their destiny. So I leave you with this question. Who in your life needs to be cut off? Who is stopping your growth, stealing your joy, and keeping you from becoming who you were meant to be? A wise person moves forward, not with noise, but with clarity. Be wise, be strong, and be willing to let go. Thank you.